Delco17 has asked, what's the best way to choose your glove cut?
Very, very good question. As a rule, I would kind of go, we've got roll finger, negative cut, extension cut is this one here. The negative cut's a little bit tighter and a little bit more streamlined. The roll finger wraps around your finger, and this one gives you maximum contact with the ball with an extra little bit of reach. It's very subjective. Some goalkeepers will like one, some will like another, but you can kind of use that. They want my fingers wrapped round, they want a streamlined fit, or they want that maximum contact with the ball. And then it's a little bit of trial and error, I suppose. Some people will really like one as opposed to the other. We see 10 years ago, roll fingers used to be the most popular one in the UK. It's now moving forward towards other cuts as the game evolves. But a lot of personal preference. I'm a little bit biased because it's my brand, but I jump between them all and have good fun doing so.
What has been your most popular and your most sold ever glove?
The craziest day was we launched the very first power light glove. So it was white printed impact ink with a black logo. Alan McGregor had been wearing it in games for I think 4 or 5 months beforehand, and when we dropped it live, it went a bit mental. It went a bit scary. We were going, wow. I think we ran out in just over 24 hours and with decent volume.
Wow.
And it was kind of like going, not blowing our own trumpet, but we're onto something here. This is a really good product. So a bit scary, but also massively humbling and rewarding for us within the business.
I do absolutely love the design of them. Yeah, I hadn't seen anything like it before, and I just thought it was such a great idea. There's no flaws to the design at all. It's honestly just a perfect glove in my opinion.
No, it's cool. That genuinely means a lot to me. It means a lot to me when any goalkeeper says that. It means an awful lot to me and an awful lot to the rest of the GKs.
Obviously, you're a goalkeeper coach too. How do you juggle being a coach and dealing with the Kaliaaer business?
I think I'm dead lucky. I genuinely do think I'm dead lucky. I get to work with a great group of goalkeepers and get on the pitch most days, and that's something that I've done all my life. Love it, absolutely buzz off it, even on the coldest, wettest, most miserable day. And then any other spare waking moment, I get to work with I get to work in an awesome brand, develop an awesome product. It's not difficult. It's long hours. It's tough. It's not a lot of sleep. Blah blah blah. But I don't expect anybody to feel sorry for me for doing both. It's brilliant. It's goalkeeping 24/7.
What are your plans for the future of Kaliaaer?
Always improve. Always get better, and that's been the mindset since I was just starting playing. Little story, I used to finish school, I used to run home because that was my cardio. I used to kick the ball against the wall a certain specific amount of times, threw the ball off a tree for reaction saves, and it was always that mindset of I will do anything I can to be a better goalkeeper. And it's the same with the Kaliaaer brand. It's we, the rest of the team, feel exactly the same. We will do anything we can to improve the brand, the business, the product, the next set of products, etc., etc. And we're completely committed to that. It's brilliant.
Sia has asked, how do you enter to win the gloves? Tell them, Kenny.
So today's one's dead simple. If you go to our brand page, that's at Kaliaaer on Instagram, then the last post we put up is a picture of these. All you need to do is follow that page, comment your glove size, we'll pick one to win a pair. That's it, dead simple. You can do it after we finish. In terms of general winning product and competitions, we have competitions all the time. Just keep your eye on Instagram. All the details are normally on story, and then go on the page. It might be save of the weekend, it might be design something, it might be something quite fun and quirky. But
Nice.
you know, keep your eyes peeled. We give away a ton of free stuff.
Joshua Tavares again has asked, what is the best glove you carry for wet weather conditions, for grip and slide?
Great question. We put a lot of time, effort, energy, money, passion, dedication, loads of other words into making sure that the latex that we develop and source is absolutely elite level premium, which means it has to work in wet weather. I live in Scotland, play in Scotland. It's wet most of the time, so our gloves are top. We have been developing another little product. It's kind of top secret. It's not really. It's on Just Keepers already. It's called Aqua. So we started trying to develop the best wet weather glove of all time. We went back to the question you had earlier about latex when it's in liquid form and adding aqua solution into it. We went away a couple of years ago and developed the aqua solution basically in a little can that you spray onto your gloves when they're wet, put them in, and the grip goes off the scale, but only when it's wet.
Yeah.
So it took us a ton of time. It's literally been a couple of years in development. It's on the market now. We'll launch it on our website when we get out of lockdown, when the weather starts getting poorer. But it's top stuff. The sort of pros have had it and absolutely buzzed off it. I've had some emergency phone calls on a Friday night going, it's going to chuck it down, I need this stuff. So we're dead excited about it.
George Murphy, any advice with a keeper with not much height?
Yeah, probably. Like I'm 6'3", and I'll tell you what, it's the same at that end of the spectrum. Like it was frustrating for me. I wasn't massively agile and was always jealous of the kind of smaller goalkeepers, if you like, who could really get that spring and make that match-winning save. I think it's the same regardless of what height you are. It's all about working on your technique and your physicality. And if you add them together, regardless of whether you're 5'8", 5'9", 6'4", you'll become a better goalkeeper over time. And that's what we all want to do. So it's technique, physical development, more power, more spring, better core. And we're adding just little levels all the time. I kind of don't subscribe to the opinion that you have to be a 6'5" monster.
What was the first Kaliaaer product?
Yeah, wow. I think we had an Air Technic model. We developed. I've not got it close to me. I'd need to run out of camera. We developed a new latex. It's sort of grey in colour. You'll still see it on the website if you go just now. It took ages for us to develop and source it, and it moved the brand, or moved the product offering within the brand up a notch, and loved it. Absolutely loved it. And it was a lot of, we kind of go back to the same things. It was a lot of hard work that came to being a really good product and a bit of success, and that's massively rewarding when you're as passionate as we are about what we do.
Cillian has asked, do you ever consider bringing out a pair of boots?
Oh, great question. It's not something that's on the immediate. I think we've got really high aspirations for the Kaliaaer brand. And that will always continue. It will continue in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. So if you start to look at that type of time frame, and our philosophy always being get better, improve, who's to say that won't happen at some point in the future?
IGT has asked, would you consider bringing out a woman's range of gloves?
Yeah, it's something we're exploring just now. A couple of different partnership clubs, and the kind of female goalkeepers there have been really helpful in shaping our kind of thought process. We work with Erin closely as well, shaping our thought process. And again, it's similar to the previous question. If as a brand we're always looking to improve, then at some point in the future, of course.
Question from Sonny Ray. Any new ideas for KA in the future?
Oh, see, KA is kind of my initials. Kaliaaer as a brand, do you mean? Yeah, we'll go for that one.
Yeah,
So plans for
Kaliaaer.
Kaliaaer as a brand, always get better and have fun along the way. Like I've kind of got it here. Oh, I forgot to say this. The competition isn't just for a pair of gloves. It's also for Pro Evo 2020 on the Xbox. That's the one I've got here. And there's a story behind that. You can actually pick the Kaliaaer gloves and put them on your goalkeepers.
Can you?
Yeah, you can. Did you not know that? Must not have told you that.
Nice.
I spend far too much of my time playing the game and putting Gigi Buffon in my gloves. I find it, like, it just blows my mind. It's awesome to be in the game. Surprised we're giving away as well. But, you know, having fun with what you're doing, and that for us is great fun. What's that? Jack Briggs, what's the difference between K and Kaliaaer? Absolutely nothing. The brand's called Kaliaaer. My personal profile's KA Goalkeeping. Call it whatever you want, as long as you enjoy wearing it and buzz off it as much as we do. What's your biggest motivator for being a goalkeeper? What gets you out of bed in the morning to drag yourself onto the training pitch?
Probably knowing that my team needs me, and that without a goalkeeper, you can't play a football match without a goalkeeper. So, like, if you have a player sent off, you carry on the match. If you don't have a goalkeeper, you put someone in goal. So I think just that you need a goalkeeper, and that really just, it's actually quite fun as well, playing in goal in the position. I think it encourages you to try a bit harder when you find it enjoyable.
Good answer.
Alfie Fitz GK has asked, who's your goalkeeping idol?
I had loads. Do you know that? I had loads. Gigi Buffon, big hero. I might have played in a few short-sleeved shirts just because he did. And I might have slicked my hair back when I was younger just because he did. My first hero was the Hamilton Accies goalkeeper, and I'm sure everybody, the sort of first team that they went to watch every weekend, if you're a goalkeeper, you'll sort of remember the same type of thing. Massive Schmeichel fan, massive Neuer fan. He was the kind of first one for me that changed the game to be that, what we now call that kind of modern day, just has the lot, speed, size, athleticism, plays with both feet, sweeps up, got a side volley. I just love goalkeeping. Genuinely, I genuinely love it. I could watch any goalkeeper at any club, any place in the world, and be fascinated about what they do. You know, I think it's a wonderful position to play. How do you deal with mistakes? I wasn't very good at it when I played. I only figured it out when I was nearly ready to retire. I was a bit highly strung and just worried about, oh no, I've made a mistake, I've let the team down, oh no. I was sort of told a little technique that worked really well for me, and it was to have that mental imagery of you doing something well, so making a save, doing something really positive. You can almost play it as a video in your head, and the kind of, I suppose, scientific mumbo jumbo is you can't have a negative and a positive thought in your head at the same time. So if you're thinking something positive, it knocks out any chance of that negative emotion to be there. I kind of started doing that when I was a bit older, and it really helped me get through the kind of rest of the game. After that, I kind of fell out with myself and was a bit down and mopey if I'd made a mistake. But yeah, I think the follow-up question, I think the mental aspect of the game is so important. You look at, I spoke about him earlier, David De Gea, so calm in every game, and he's made a few big high-profile mistakes. Next game, dead calm, just brings his best version of himself all the time. I think that's awesome to be able to do that.
Yeah, definitely to stay calm as well, because sometimes it's really, really hard when you make a mistake and then it's just stuck in your mind and you just can't get it out, and then that's what you're focusing on rather than the actual game. You're replaying it in your mind thinking, what could I have done better there? Could I have changed anything? When in the end of the day, it's happened. There's nothing else you can do about it. So just forget it and move on.
A couple of great questions just popped in. Jack and Sean, very similar. So one was who was the shoutiest manager? And Sean then underneath it asked, how do you deal with players shouting at you? I think every manager I've ever worked with shouted at me at some point. But just like, I think it's just a manager trait that happens. How do you deal with it from both a manager and a player point of view for the second question? I think as a goalkeeper, it's our job to help out people in front of us. So help out the back four, help out the midfielders, and that can be by our communication on making sure people are in the right position on the pitch. I think that gets us as goalkeepers a big dose of respect from our teammates, because they go, you know, he's helping me all game. He helps me. I ain't turning around and nailing him because he's made a mistake or he's done something wrong. So I think it's that trust and respect between goalkeepers and the rest of the team, and that happens by us having their back, I suppose, in the simplest way.
We now have a discount code with Kaliaaer.
What? No, you've not.
So at checkout, whenever you're buying anything on the website, you can use code SAVZVIDZ to get a 10% discount off any product that you're buying. So yeah, there you guys go. Hopefully you will use that code at checkout.
No, I think from our point of view, from our side, we've been big fans of everything that Henry's done for a number of years. He came up to see us in Glasgow. We did some training.
That was quite a while ago now.
Yeah, it was.
Like 15 months ago, I think.
You were much smaller then. And I wasn't as grey. No, but I think massive respect for what you guys do. If we can help out, you know, your following with a lot, it's brilliant. It's just anything we can do to help goalkeepers, the goalkeeping community, we're all in for it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
If you break down goalkeeping into those little bits of different techniques, that's great. Practice them all. And it's then that decision making in games, when do I use each technique? And if you've practiced them all and then work on the decision making on when to use them, it makes us better goalkeepers all the time. So that could be a get up in a conventional forward way versus swivel and get up. There's different times you'll be able to use both. So having the tools to be able to do it and then work on the decision making as to when's the right time. You know, I think it's awesome just to be open minded and go, you know, wow, I can use that. I can learn that.
Yeah.
I might use it once every 2 games, but if it makes me better, I'm all for it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, because there's so many different techniques you can use in very similar situations as well. Like, if it's a low shot just next to you, like quite low, you could put your foot out. You could move across and get down, scoop it up. You could do a clap save. There's so many different options, and sometimes it's just the one that's best for you and the one that you feel most comfortable doing.
It can even go further than that. It can be something completely unorthodox that wins your team the game. So like goalkeeping is a reactive position. Somebody has to, you know, hit a shot at the goal for us to have to save it. You know, we can't make that happen. So it's a reactive position. Sometimes it's the most unorthodox thing that just keeps the ball out the goal in a game, makes a big save. I love watching the England national team training. I think at under 21 level, they work really hard on that unpredictability and, you know, varied decision making within the drills, and that's because it's not a precise science. There's lots of variables that happen in games.
It says we got 10 seconds remaining on the live stream.
Oh, brilliant. Let's say bye.
Okay.
Keepers, it's been awesome. Remember the comp, follow at Kaliaaer, leave the glove size on.
Thank you.